Hello guys, this is K2D Vlogs for TVZ Production here, as I'm back doing a new video here on my channel. Actually has been a long time, and of course has a great time for the Halloween season of course. I'm actually going to be doing a book review today of course, as I did read this book last year of course, but I kind of decided to do it since it's actually a perfect time to actually do it for the Halloween season. As you know, the last video I actually did for the Halloween season was talking about the Goosebumps book series that I actually enjoy and actually talk about the stories and the books that I did like from the series that I did read. And of course, I did mention this book before, and of course, in that video. And so, as in this review today, I actually going to be reviewing one of my favorite books from the series, and of course, by the title, as you see, we will be talking about The Girl Who Cried Monster. As of this book, of course, I actually did like, of course, as the other book that I did like, as I told you in that video, was actually Stay Out of the Basement. So, of course, maybe I might make a video of that one since I already read that book before. So, as of for this one, I'll be doing a review on The Girl Who Cried Monster. So, what I actually like this book. Of course, I had this book for a long time, and actually, I always enjoyed this one very much. As of some people, as of they always kind of like the early books from the Goosebumps series. As some people actually say that the early books, like from Dead House to I guess Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, they were actually better books, of course. And sometimes people actually like uh, those, and they always did kind of praise the early books. Like, of course, you got the Haunted Mask, you got Night Living Dummy, you got I think it's Werewolf of Fever Swamp, and all those different titles from the early books. They always have that favoritism to those. So in some cases, to me, I did like The Girl Who Cried Monster, and of course, I always liked the story from beginning to end every single time. And I actually will just go over the story details of the story and tell you guys my thoughts. Of course, not trying to tell you what happens at the end of the story or whatever, because that gives new people to actually check out the book and actually experience it themselves. So, of course, I had this book for a very long time, ever since I was in middle school. And, of course, it's seen these days, as you guys can see how old it is, and see it's kind of very, very, of course, seen these days. And I had to say, I always glad that I still have it, of course, till this very day. Of course, I do have half of the Goosebumps books, but not all of them. I don't have every single 62 book at all. So of course, as that is actually my yeah wish to actually get all of them. But of course, the later books, like I say, like the last three, $50, $100, or any of that, they actually, of course, you know what ones I'm talking about. Of course, Werewolf Skin, I Live in Your Basement, Monster Blood 4. And the only one I actually have that's rare, of course, is The Haunted School. So I actually have one of the rarer books. So, and I think that's how I kind of see it. That like some books in the series I have not read, and some I did read. That like, wow, I didn't know this one was like this or anything like that. So, and that's how I actually felt about this story, because I actually actually did like it, and actually liked it from beginning to end, and it kind of kept me thinking what's going on and how and what's going to happen next. Like, it just keeps you going. So it's kind of like that's what I like about that kind of story, following and doing stuff like that. And that's what you guys kind of see for my book series I did started last year in Evil Thing, and that's how that one actually is too. Because I kind of like that mystery or trying to figure out what's going on and do all that stuff. So, so how this story actually starts, of course, it follows a character named Lucy Dark. Of course, she always likes to tell monster stories and always scare her little brother, always telling different types of stories about monsters and all that stuff. Until one day, surprisingly, she basically saw a monster herself. And of course, as she believes, as the character you see on the book cover, Mr. Mortman, is a monster. And that's what it kind of gave you the story. Like, how is this character noticing this, and how can she try to explain to someone that Mr. Mortman's a monster? And that's what I kind of like about this story, because you don't know what's going to happen next. It just keeps you guessing and keep you going. And that's what I like about throughout this whole entire story from beginning to end. I actually kind of like Lucy's character in this story. And of course, her character was kind of great to follow. And of course, Mr. Morton is a great character too. And I kind of like the whole atmosphere of the library, everything. It makes you like you're actually inside the library. You've seen both of them there, and it's like you're looking at them while you're reading it. And that's what it felt like when I was reading the story. And it's like you're there. You can see them, like you're standing right here and you're looking right at them. Of course, when he turns into the monster, how it describes it and everything, and basically her trying to get proof that he is a monster and all that stuff. It makes you like, what's going to happen next? Like, just keeps you guessing. And that's what I like about The Girl Who Cried Monster. And I will say this story, from beginning to end, it's great. I say it's one of his best books, of course, as I always think it is. That's to some people, the Haunted Mask, the Haunted Mask. Every time, every single time I see those people say that. I mean, yeah, yeah, R.L. Stein says the Haunted Mask is his favorite, but I actually like The Girl Who Cried Monster. So it doesn't matter like which one I did like. And of course, like I don't bash on like the books that people be bashing on. Like, I guess for example, I always keep bringing this one up: Chicken Chicken, or Barking Ghosts, or any of those. Like, I don't really. I mean, like even Monster Blood. I don't hate on them at all. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, you just bash on a older book, and you'd be okay, let's say this. Imagine if this book was like I say 300 or 400 page book, and it was very detailed, very expanded. It would be a whole completely. You can kind of see where could this story go. Like, it would be amazing if this actually happened. But as you know, it's a simple story you can read in a day. It's not like yeah, we're going to that Harry Potter route, or the you know Twilight and all that. Like, if I can read a 500-page book, even though I did in my lifetime, yes, I read Twilight. I read all of them except Midnight Sun, and of course I didn't read the uh, what's the the gender bender one. Uh, I mean, I don't even remember the name of it, but even though that's how it is. Like, like if I read the story once or whatever, like that's how it be sometimes. But like for this one, like I always remember the story, and of course I can't forget about the episode either of the show, and it actually was the first episode that they actually made as even though the Haunted Mask is the first episode because it was the pilot episode, but the Girl Who Cried Monsters basically was the episode that started the Goosebumps show. So of course that's actually a good fun fact there, and it was one of the best episodes. So as I say of this whole story from beginning to end, as of what I would give it, I would give it a 8 out of 10. And my thoughts on it, as of I like how like there were moments in the story like is she going to get uh, is she going to get out of the library or anything like that. Like it keeps you like guessing like what's going to happen next or anything like that. And I like the whole pacing of the story too as well. Like she's going to the library, doing the reading program that she does during the summer and all that stuff. And basically, as of surprisingly, one day while she left something at the library, she saw Mr. Mortman turn into a monster. So it's kind of like you like whoa like that, like it makes you think. So that's why I actually like about that, and that's why I kind of say of this story. It keeps you going, makes you guess is what's going to happen next, or is she going to get eaten, or you know and that's how I like about the story. And as I say for like any of the other books in the series, like I think the one I actually liked to actually like keep reading, of course, there's another one I always like to read, of course, and it's How to Kill a Monster. I actually would recommend that story as well. I actually like that one too. And of course, any of the other ones I say, I did like Scarecrow Walks at Midnight as well. So I actually would mention some of those other books. And definitely I will try to reviews on some of the books I do have. And definitely would be great. And since this is a good time to actually do reviews on these books, which is kind of perfect for it. And I know, like, some people would say, like, if I ever review any of the later books, like newer ones he done, the books I do want to actually try to get, of course, even though they are very rare at this point, tried to find, of course, is the series 2000. I actually think about buying a lot of the books with the series 2000 ones and try to get some of those and the Fear Street ones as well. So that's why I actually hope for, as of maybe I'll do reviews on those books or and tell you guys my thoughts on them. And it'll be kind of great for like do like 2 or 3 of them or 4 of them during the Halloween season. So I might actually do Stay Out of the Basement next, since I would say yeah, Girl Cry Monsters and Stay Out of the Basement are my top two favorites in my ranking, I guess. Stay Out of the Basement would be number 1, and Girl Cry Monster would be number 2. As some people say, oh, what the Holy Mask? They will keep saying that every time. Like, but I don't hate the Haunted Mask, because even though it's not number 1 to me, I still like the story. Of course, I always liked the Haunted Mask. So it's not like, oh, just because I like the episode. No, I mean I did like the book too. But what I kind of like about what they did for the episodes of those the Haunted Mask and Haunted Mask 2, they try to combine, like, imagine if this actually happened in the other, if this actually happened in that book, even though at the time it most of the stuff that was in the episode was not in the book. Like Carly Beth Math's night was not in the book at all, and they try to give you something to like imagine. They make a whole another sequel to something that will follow after those episodes. So that's what I kind of like about that, and that's what's the only thing about this story. Of course, I did like the episode of the Girl Who Cried Monster, and it was kind of nice that it was the first episode they actually made for the series, and which was the, even though, like I said a while ago, Haunted Mass was the first episode, it was the pilot. This was the one that started the series as the TV show. So, as of final thoughts on The Girl Who Cried Monster, it's a great story from beginning to end. And I have to say, it was kind of great to do a review on this book because it's one of my favorites. And I hope to do other reviews for the other ones. Like I said, I will do Stay Out of the Basement, which is one I will definitely will do. And of course, I will definitely will do reviews for the book series and do all that stuff. And of course, the next video I will do on this, of course, I'm using StreamYards right now as my recording because I would do this on the phone, but I decided to do it here as a quick video. So the next video I'm actually going to be doing is actually doing the next episode for the An Evil Thing book review. That would be Dark Company, which that one will be the one I forgot to do, of course, earlier this year, since the last one then was The Lost Sun. And I'll actually do a video about Dark Company. So then there will be an update for TBZ, as of I do have a lot of new things for that channel. As of you guys can go check that out and see what's on there. As of right now, I guess I'll give you guys a little of it. I did start a podcast talking, actually doing an Evil Thing podcast, so talking about the books, actually discuss the books and doing all that stuff. And I'm actually doing one, of course, actually doing a podcast, fully podcast with just me and with someone else. And of course, and I'm actually releasing a music album on that channel as well. So of course, I'm actually kind of getting stuff that I actually wanted to do, and actually kind of making it happen now. So of course, I have a lot of new things coming, and of course, all this great technology that's kind of coming as well, as of me doing more, of course, getting back into doing animations or doing stuff like that. Since, of course, uh, a lot of cool things actually are going to be nice to do. And I will talk about that on TBC production. So, of course, as this is my review on The Girl Who Cried Monster, and definitely, like I said, it's an 8 out of 10. And I recommend to read this story as well. And of course, as of the next review, I will definitely will do is Stay Out of the Basement, and that one, of course, will be great to do talk about. And I always love that story, just like this one. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this review of The Girl Who Cried Monster? And did you guys read this story? And how did you guys think of the story? Let me know, whatever. And yeah, so that's basically my thoughts on The Girl Who Cried Monster. And stay tuned for more reviews. And I will definitely will do this a lot, especially this is the perfect time to do it. So I'll probably do about 3 or 4 of these uh, videos. And I probably do. I think I will do a Fear Street one as well, because I do have only. I think I only have 2 Fear Street books. But I'm only going to do one of them because I would just do 3 Goosebump books and then do 1 Fear Street book. So it kind of makes sense. I'm trying to, I guess, doing some things of R.L. Stine, and I guess that would be perfect for me to do. So, yeah, Stay Out of the Basement will be the next review after this one. And I say I might do Beware the Snowman, and How to Kill a Monster. Yeah. So I say Stay Out of the Basement's next. How to Kill a Monster, and Beware the Snowman. And the Fear Street book I do have, of course, I think it's All Night Party. I think that's the one I actually have. So that's the one I'm going to talk about. So yeah, so stay tuned for those videos as for the October season. And see you guys next time, and stay tuned for more videos and for the update on TBZ production. So see you guys, and peace.